Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As always, actions speak louder than words. So you remember you have Ukraine, and if Ukraine is conquered or destroyed by the evil Russians, the Russians will not stop there, will go and destroy Europe, and then will come for you and I in the United States of America and for the whole world. This is how the story goes. I don't believe that squat, zero, okay? But nevertheless, this is what they tell us. So if that's such an existential situation, you would try to block the Russians with everything you got, right? Because after all, the Russians are coming for our way of life, our rights, our freedoms, our civilization. They're not part of it, right? Okay, so if that would be their true narrative, you would see action. Well, there is some action. They invested, they brought, they gave, they blah, blah, blah. But now things change. Another baby cries for food. And the bird, mother or father, leave this one to die and rushes to the other one. I'm going to show you. Double standard. Now, you see, is Israel on the same par, or the situation in Israel, with the situation in Ukraine? I haven't heard this yet, that if Israel loses, let's say, make this scenario, Israel loses, the whole world is over. Whomever Hamas will conquer the Middle East and then Europe and then the United States of America, the whole civilization crumbles. I haven't heard that narrative yet. So obviously, by judging by one narrative versus the other one, the Ukraine narrative is more important. Shouldn't be, right? Should be. Right? Because these guys told us that the Russians will do what will do, they want to do it, and they will do it. And they have the potential, supposedly. Correct? Correct. On the other hand, that conflict seems to be not a global conflict, as they portrayed the Russian conflict, NATO-Russia. Now is Israel. But guess what? Let me show you here. And I'm going to show you what the United States does for that. But they are weasels. They are going to go around it and say, well, actually, it's not for that. It's for something else. For our troops' protection in the area. Right there, Business Insider. The US is sending more Patriot defense systems, plural, that's very important, to the Middle East. They say Middle East. They cost 1.1 billion each. So the United States sends Patriot defense systems to Middle East to protect its troops that are occupying Syria, for instance, or still in Iraq but are being attacked by the Iraqis somehow. But hey, we're over there to spread freedom and democracy with a weapon. That's great. So they send immediately systems, plural, right? And I'm going to contrast that with how many systems the United States sent to the existential threat that happens right now in Ukraine. How many they send? How many Patriot systems did the United States send to Ukraine? Do you know? Well, I'm going to show you here. I put here in the search box, the US sent, I want to see the past tense, Patriot defense systems to Ukraine. I put first sending, sends, send, and I say, let's put it sent. I got the same answer. And all I got is, this is March 21st, right? 2023. US to send. Will, that means in the future, right? In the future. Will send. Now this is December 21st. Sending Patriot, December 14. But if it's December 14, 2022, this is March 21 to send. Well, I'm telling you all this, finalizing plans to send. I couldn't find any article here saying that the United States sent, past tense. But guess what? I said Germany sends Patriot systems to Ukraine, and I found many of these. It said plans to replace Patriot system given to Ukraine, October 27th. So Germany sent Patriot systems to Ukraine, but not United States as of now. Wait, Germany to provide. Okay, Germany support, Germany to send. Okay, and we have here. Ukraine's Patriot missile systems arrive as Kiev aims to boost defense against Russia. So I put on that. I'm not going to let these weasels talk.
Now to
Okay, and I'm going to read right here. And it says, Ukraine's Patriot missile system arrive as Kiev aims to boost defense against Russia. US-made Patriot missile missile systems from Germany have arrived to Ukraine. Not for Germany as the location, the country. So Germany provided Ukraine with systems. All right, this is plural right here. You see this plural right here? So Germany sends it, the United States to send, but guess what? They will send more to the Middle East. When I say Middle East, I guess you understand what they're doing. Here they're going to try to say, well, because we've been attacked, we're going to send missile systems. We've been attacked by what? By drones? I think they send it somewhere else, don't you think? For different purposes. But my point is, these guys, how fast they decided, how fast they are. Now, it's true that is sending, but that's a present tense continuous, right? US is sending, but it's not a past tense yet. We'll find out. The Patriot is a missile air defense system that can reach aerial targets up to 66,000 feet. It's highly sought, cost 1.1 billion each. The US has recently doubled the number of Patriot batteries in the Middle East. So doubled. So that means they already do it. It's past tense. No, it's present perfect, right? Has recently doubled. So they did it in the Middle East. Wall Street Journal reports. All right, and it says the U.S. has sent more of its valuable surface-to-air missile defense systems, known as the Patriot battery, to the Middle East following attacks on American troops in Iraq and Syria in recent weeks. So they moved fast. Do you think that's why? In Syria, what are the troops doing in Syria? Occupying because they're not legally stationed over there. In Iraq, why don't you go home? I thought you already won and democracy is flourishing. You reconstructed Iraq. It's perfect. Why are you there? To make sure that they don't do something you don't want them to do, which is drop your ass off. Now, dozens of US troops in Iraq and Syria have been injured, but they don't mention at all that those guys are located over there in Syria illegally. All right, and we go down here. We're not gonna hear. Oh, according to the I thought we were not gonna find Israel mentioned. According to the Missile Defense Advocacy Alliance, a non-profit that promotes ballistic missile defense development, Israel currently operates 3 Patriot batteries. These systems were critical to the country's air defense during 2014 Gaza war, taking down armed unmanned aerial vehicles and other aircraft. So the Israelis have 3. The Americans, as of now, didn't send anything to Ukraine. Existential threat over there, the Russians, but they send over there. The missile defense systems are produced by Raytheon. Now, Raytheon, if you look at Austin right here, he was on the board of Raytheon. This guy right here. So it's a coincidence they're going to send some more. Is that a conflict of interest? No, whatsoever. Now see, 18 countries currently operate Patriot, according to the Center of Strategic International Study, including Ukraine, which received the first one from the US in April. So they received one. But here, when I tried all that, nothing. So right here, they received the first one from the US in April. Is that the one that is right here? I don't think they received it from the US, because the US, this is 6 months ago. So if I go 6 months ago, I go to April. And if I go here, where is the, let me go back here. When is this? I'm just trying to find out if it's an April something here. 6 hours ago, October. Come on, bring in an April. Let me just find it. Oh, actually it's right here. It's the one that I featured. Right here. So April 19, you see April 19 right here? This is the one that I have when I don't want to listen to this garbage here.
My name is Autumn Kai.
All right, you see this is what US-made Patriot missile systems from Germany have arrived in Ukraine. But I don't think it's from Germany. It's from Germany as a country, not United States took it and brought it over there. But now here in this article, they say that they received it from, which received the first one from the US in April. I don't think so. I think it's, as I knew at that time, it was provided by Germany, one of theirs, with the approval of the United States. That's a problem. They say, we sent it together. No, it's the German. And if it's the American, is one. The first one. Well, how many they did? 1, 2. They want to send more. But these guys, immediately. My point is this. How fast they moved into something that is not so important versus the other one. And that's in April. Let's put it April. That's 1 year and 1 month. Actually, 2 months. Let's say 1 year and 2 months. So that's what? 14 months into the war. The Americans, the Germans, sent the Patriot system to Kiev. These guys in a month, not even a month, they sent multiple systems to the Middle East. So which one is more important? The existential threat of the Russians conquering and destroying us? Or is huh? You can't make shit up. Even if the Americans sent one to Kiev for an existential threat after 14 months of the existential threat, and here in not even a month they send multiple, what does it tell you? So even if I'm kind, my nature, right? And I say, okay, man, you sent. How many? One to an existential threat versus the other one. So even if I give you that one, okay, I give you, mother. You still did not meet the target. Well, that tells you priorities for our guys in charge of us. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.